professor was going over African history, and really the history of man as it's rooted early in the continent of Africa. And then he throws in this little aside in the middle of his comments saying that for those of you who were raised with a Christian background, you are going to learn during the course of this history class that the Bible is wrong. Just flat out says that. Now, he offers no support for that statement, but then he launches his class in history at the university level that has nothing to do with Christianity with the declaration that we will learn as Christians that our teaching and what we've been taught our whole life is wrong. A friend of mine comes from a political science class. Day one, the first thing that came out of the mouth of the political science professor was, there are 3 things that I hate in this world, and they are embodied in one person. I hate young, white, Republican, Christian men. Hate them more than anything else in the world. So if you are a young, white, Republican, Christian man, you're going to have a rough time in this class because I'm going to be coming after you. A political science class where the political science teacher opens up day 1, declaration 1. I'm going to break down your faith in this class. And over and over and over again, you go to classes. I remember the performance class. A class that was about performance art. We had to stop one day and for a whole day address gay marriage, where they put a video up there of like the Maury Povich show or something very academic like that. Might have even been Jerry Springer, something very high level of intellect. And he said, watch these people fighting about gay marriage. And when it was over, he says, what do y'all think about that? And so the class digressed into a conversation where there were, counting them, 2 Christians in the room. One of them was willing to sell the farm completely on all of our beliefs about homosexuality and marriage, just to appease the people in the class that were challenging them and attacking them. That's going on at the universities all the time. You will be challenged if you go to university on your beliefs, but if you avoid university to avoid that challenge, it'll happen anyway. Right now, out there in our culture, there is a battle between worldviews going on. Now, how many people in this room feel like they know what the term worldview means? Raise your hand. All right, a few of you that were in the class. Good. Okay, the idea of a worldview is, it's not strictly speaking philosophy. Philosophy falls into worldview. To understand a worldview, it is the lens through which you understand everything. All the information that comes to you, you process through your worldview. You see the world a certain way. Everyone does. And there are things that influence the way that you see the world. And through that, everything that you learn comes in that. Now, you have a worldview. And as Christians, there is such a thing as a Christian worldview. The problem is the majority of Christians don't have the slightest idea what their own worldview is. So if you don't know what you believe, and then you go out there into the world, and your beliefs are attacked, can you defend yourself? No! If you don't know what you believe as a Christian, you don't have the slightest idea what your beliefs are rooted in. And then you go out into the world and someone says, I'm going to prove to you that your beliefs are false, and they start attacking your beliefs, are you prepared to defend it? No. The beginning of the defense of your Christianity, and God bless whoever that was over there that said no, the beginning of your defense of Christianity is understanding what you believe as you go out into the world, because you will be challenged. And as we just read there in 1 Peter chapter 3, verses 15 and 16, God expects you to be ready to defend your faith. He is calling you to always be ready to give a defense for the hope that is in you. And to do it how? What does he say? He wants gentleness and respect. So the person that's coming to talk to you, you are to handle them. Would it be productive for them to come to you and they start to say, well, you know, all of your Christian beliefs are wrong. I can prove to you over in this conversation all the things you believe are based on ignorance. You believe a Bible that was written 2,000 years ago by multiple people and that has been edited for content to prove the things that you believe, which, by the way, they will say to you. And if your response is, well, you can just go burn in hell, my friend. Have you defended the faith?
No.
No. Have you treated them with gentleness and respect?
No.
Good. So we're going to build on a few basic concepts so that you understand what it is that we talk about when we get into worldview conversations. First of all, the first thing I want you to understand is that all truth excludes. Does everybody who took worldview class remember that? Truth excludes. What do we mean by truth excludes? If I come up to you, or you're on a college campus, or you're out in the world and you're eating McDonald's and somebody attacks you for no reason whatsoever because they see you reading your Bible, and they say to you, how judgmental of you. How can you, as a Christian, be so judgmental of the rest of the world? How dare you judge people for how they act and what they do? Well, what are they doing? Yes. They're judging you, offering you a truth claim. Your judgment is wrong, but in order to do that, they have to exclude your beliefs. They have to pass judgment on your beliefs. They're angry with you because they think your beliefs pass judgment on them. But in order to attack you, it's necessary for them to do what? Judge you, which by nature excludes you. If they come to you and say, how dare you say there's only one way to go? How dare you claim to be right? How dare you claim to have an exclusive hold to truth? How dare you claim to have the truth over all the rest of us? What are they claiming to have? Truth. The truth. As they have that conversation with you, as they declare that you are wrong for having a truth, they're claiming to know a truth about what you know. The truth automatically excludes. So as you go out into the world and are faced to defend your faith, you need to feel confident of the fact it's okay that you're saying that other people are wrong. Because if you know anything for sure, then you know that they're wrong if they say something differently. To give you an example, if I say that water boils at 212 degrees Fahrenheit at sea level, and you say, no, it doesn't, it boils at 250 degrees. One of us is right and one of us is wrong. There's nothing bad about that. I'm very confident looking at you and saying, no, it boils at 212 degrees. I have no problem confronting it. Would anybody in this room have a problem confronting somebody with the idea that at 32 degrees Fahrenheit, water is going to freeze? Would that make you uncomfortable? No. Why? Because you believe that. Because you know that. And because you know anyone that looks to you and says, you're an idiot, it's 35 degrees. You feel very confident looking back at them and say, no, I respectfully call you something and then say you were wrong. It is 32 degrees. And we can prove it over and over and over again if you want. That is a belief that we accept as scientific, as objective, that applies to all people. But the truth of our faith is different. We mistake it for a preference claim or for a nonsense claim. When you go up to somebody and you say, you know what, I'm going to believe in Jesus, you believe in whatever you want, it's all fine. It's all good. Which, by the way, functionally is where a lot of our faith is. It's not entirely different from me walking up to you and saying, you know what, I believe in Superman, you believe in the Terminator, you do your thing, I do mine. It doesn't bother me one way or another. I mean, you know, Terminator's cool, Superman's cool, I like Superman, you like Terminator, it's fine. They're both mythical creatures, they don't really exist, and neither one of them are going to impact our life. But that's not what we're saying when we say we believe in Christ. We're claiming a particular understanding of the world around us. We're claiming to understand a truth about the world through which all other things that we learn must go through. All information has got to be processed through that.